Both teams have been let out of the tunnel, let out by the referee, who's Swedish tonight, Jonas Eriksson, and his 4 assistants. And we've got Atletico Madrid in their red tracksuit tops to the left, and Leicester in their blue tracksuit tops to the right. And here's the anthem that is so beloved everywhere apart from Manchester City. By the way, in case they get onto Twitter, City fans, I completely understand your dislike of the Champions League anthem after what UEFA did to Manchester City a couple of years ago. You're right to feel bitter, but it is a great noise, and it's one of the noises in football that, despite how many games I see, no matter how many Champions League finals I'm lucky enough to describe, it is a sound that does make the hairs stand up at the back of your neck, Phil.
Well, I think it's what Craig Shakespeare said last night. That music gives you tingles. Every time it comes on, when that music comes on, you know you're in for a big, big football occasion.
And this is one, make no mistake, Atletico Madrid are one of the teams to watch in the Champions League this season. Not just that they're in the last 8. It's because of the bitterness they feel of the results in the finals in 2 of the last 3 years. So both teams have lined up to get photographs taken, and now they break away. Atletico to the left in their red and white striped shirts, blue shorts and blue socks. Leicester to the right in their blue shirts, but they've changed their shorts tonight to white and their socks to white to give some contrast to Atletico Madrid's strip. These are the 2 teams in full. Atletico Madrid's goalkeeper is Oblak. Only 5 clean sheets so far for him, the Slovenian. That says everything about the Atletico Madrid defence in the Champions League. The back 4, Juan Fran, Savic, Godin and Felipe Luis, who's the Brazilian, used to play for Chelsea, of course. Then in midfield, we've got Gavi, the captain, Saul, Koke and Carrasco, the Belgian. And then finally, Griezmann and Torres up front. Leicester's goalkeeper and captain is Schmeichel. Their defence, Simpson, Benelouan, Huth and Fuchs. In midfield, it's Mahrez, Ndidi, Drinkwater and Albrighton. And their Japanese player, Okazaki, in support of Vardy. The noise hasn't relented. And I tell you what, it'll take Leicester to start well to just subdue this home crowd.
Well, it's a massive test for the Leicester players. Even though there's magnificent stadiums and atmospheres in England, this will probably be the best atmosphere that they've probably started a game in. It's sensational.
Just a reminder that earlier, that game that was reassigned to tonight after the events in Dortmund last night, it finished Borussia Dortmund 2, Monaco 3. And if you underestimate Atletico Madrid, do not underestimate Monaco. Everybody talks about Bayern and Real and Barcelona and Juventus. Trust me, Monaco are a threat this season. Atletico Madrid in possession at the moment. Carrasco, who started down the right side. That's the near touchline as we look out in the first half. The ball's inside the Leicester half, and then it comes out of Okazaki, out for a throw-in. It's difficult to hear yourself speak inside this wonderful noise. There's the throw, taken by Juan Fran, the right back, and now it's chipped forward towards the Leicester penalty area, headed away by Fuchs and cleared to Vardy on the halfway line. Vardy tackled early, and then Mahrez challenges for the ball. The referee, I think, has blown his whistle. Couldn't hear it, all this noise. It's a free kick to Atletico Madrid.
No, fast start from Atletico Madrid. I think his team, Diego Simeone, want them to come out the traps really quickly, just like Everton did at the weekend. Both teams playing 4-4-2.
Right, a goal in the first half minute at Goodison Park. It was a fantastic start. 3 goals in the first 10 minutes. And it hardly relented that excitement. Atletico Madrid have the ball halfway inside the Leicester half. It's played forward by Juan Fran. And then there was a fairly heavy shout on the Atletico player who was in possession. The home fans certainly thought there should have been a free kick outside the penalty area. It wasn't given, and now it's with Koke down the right side. Just gets the ball into the penalty area. Driven back by Carrasco. Didn't find a colleague, but the Leicester clearance ran straight to Atletico's possession again. Crossed into the penalty area. Huth for the header, up and away. Okazaki trying to head it further away from danger, but it's still just outside that Leicester penalty area. Now it should be cleared surely by all Brighton. Okazaki does well, flicks it forward. Vardy's going to chase after it. Vardy is after it. Two defenders back. Vardy's into the penalty. He shoots across the face of goal. There wasn't any support, but Mahrez is going to keep the ball in play on the far side of the field. Oh, Mahrez dances away from the defender into the penalty area, crosses low looking for Okazaki, beaten away by Atletico's defence. Half chance there for Leicester.
That was a good chance. It was a brilliant pass over the top from Okazaki to Jamie Vardy. He's 2v1 back there. He's just going to have to run in behind all game.
That's the tactic that we're hoping to see employed by Leicester City. Okazaki looking to the run from Vardy, and Vardy's pace will certainly put the Atletico defence under pressure. All Brighton just to the left of his own penalty area now. Forward to Okazaki. Okazaki spins away from his marker, but the second challenge comes in and the ball breaks to Atletico's possession. 3 minutes played. Vicente Calderon Stadium. Atletico Madrid 0, Leicester City 0. Craig Shakespeare and Diego Simeone both on the edge of their technical area. Craig Shakespeare not all that animated, but you can bet Simeone will be. He always is, and he does drag the crowd into it as well. Now break forward Atletico, both played into the penalty, shot towards the near post, but Torres' effort easily saved by Schmeichel.
Well, it's the first time we've seen the two centre-forwards, Griezmann and Torres, link up. It was Griezmann who received the ball just in behind the midfield of Leicester, played a really good ball through to Torres. Just a tame shot at Kasper Schmeichel.
Schmeichel's long clearance in the direction of Vardy, but headed away by the defender. Atletico have the ball inside their own half, and then that's a good pass forward. Now Torres breaks towards the left-hand side. 4 Atletico players approaching the penalty. Oh, the shot hits the crossbar and goes behind. That's going to be a goal kick. I don't think Schmeichel got a touch on it. He didn't. So close to 1-0 Atletico.
No, it was, and it was Danny Simpson who didn't get tight to Koke. 25-26 yards out. It's a brilliant strike from Koke. Just hit the right-hand post of Kasper Schmeichel. Just noticed already in the game that the Leicester back four are so worried about the pace in behind. They are playing really deep. They've got to squeeze up another 5 yards, I think.
Schmeichel was beaten, but thankfully the woodwork came to his aid. Schmeichel critical in those games against Sevilla. He saved a penalty in both legs. Here's Griezmann. The referee blows whistle very quickly, and that wasn't to Atletico's advantage because Griezmann was relatively unmarked. Advantage would have been to Atletico.
Yeah, it was. It was Benalouan that came right through the back of Fernando Torres, but it was twice now in the opening minutes that we've seen Griezmann just pick that ball up in behind the midfield and then drive at the Leicester back four, something that Danny Drinkwater's got to be aware of.
Torres is recovered. Torres moves forward now towards the Leicester penalty area, just to the left of Griezmann as Atletico look at it. The free kick is taken inside the Madrid half, and it stays there for the moment until they decide quite how to play it forward. Felipe Luis, ex-Chelsea, on the far side of the field, knocks it back to Godin, and Godin, the Uruguayan, fierce defender, very, very good defender. I think he almost welcomes free kicks and throw-ins as if, do your best against me. Now it's played in, and it's flicked forward to the edge of the defender, shot driven in on the volley, hits the defender, and it's out of play for a throw-in. Atletico Madrid have started really well. Juan Fran with the throw, gets the pass back. Juan Fran 6 yards to the right of the penalty area, playing it back to Carrasco. Carrasco, room for the cross, swings it in low, and there's Leicester defenders there where they have to concede a corner. Torres had possession, the foot got in there, and it was Huth who knocked it behind.
Well, they've got to defend well tonight, Leicester. They're under immense pressure in this opening 10 minutes.
So the corner is going to be taken by Koke from this near side of the field, the right. We're aligned directly behind the corner position in the half to the right. We've had better commentary positions.
Oh, we're a bit far away. It reminds me of the West Ham Stadium.
Oh, yes.
So far away.
That's priceless. That the only one I can remember quite as adjacent to the corner flag as this one is the Nou Camp, when you're actually behind the corner flag year after year. But I don't regret going there, and I don't regret coming here. The ball played forward by Leicester. Vardy chases after, two defenders back there, and between them they stuff out the threat. It's back with the goalkeeper Oblak.
Well, again, it's that long ball over the top. This time it was from Mark Albrighton. Jamie Vardy's going to have to keep chasing those lost causes. He's already got in once.
So they have possession on the halfway line. Atletico Madrid. Felipe Luis feeds it in to Gavi, and on it goes towards this near side. It's with Savic on the halfway line. Savic spins and plays it back to Godin, sort of old-fashioned central defender. Godin. That's not a criticism. Gavi, the captain, to the left side, and Felipe Luis. Felipe Luis feeds it further wide. They've got half a dozen players inside the Leicester half at the moment. Atletico Madrid. The noise has relented ever so slightly, but Atletico Madrid have started the brighter of the two sides in the opening 8 minutes here on 5 Live. It's still 0-0 in the Vicente Calderon Stadium. Now it's a yard in from the left touchline for Atletico Madrid. The cross in, there's a mistake by the defender, and the shot was wide. Well, I thought Carrasco should have done better with that.
Yeah, he should have hit the target there, Carrasco. It was a mix-up between Fuchs and Robert Huth. Robert Huth ended up clearing the ball, but it fell to Carrasco. I thought it was a simple volley. He should have at least made Kasper Schmeichel make the save.
Kasper knows he's in for a difficult night already.
Well, this is a totally different team than the one that they played in the last round, Seville. This is a team of high-quality individuals.
Yeah, they drew 1-1 in the Bernabeu on Saturday evening, holding a couple of points back from the La Liga leaders Real Madrid. Huth plays it back to Schmeichel. Schmeichel put under pressure from Torres, but Schmeichel took his time and he cleared accurately up towards Okazaki. Okazaki jumped. I don't think he was quite aware of the positioning of Vardy, who was behind him, and the header dropped into Atletico's possession. They're going to have to work so hard, Leicester City, tonight. Okazaki's going to spend more time in his own half. Vardy's the only man out and out up front. It's Juan Fran feeding an infield. Casao, and onto the far side, Felipe Luis. He's already halfway inside the Leicester half. 0-0 here in Madrid. Beautiful day. Temperature in the high 20 degrees centigrade. There's a cross played in just ahead of Torres into the 6-yard box. It's running out of play on the far side of the field, but the threat from Atletico in an attacking sense is already evident.
No, it's relentless. Leicester can't get hold of the ball at the minute. They keep playing those long balls up to Jamie Vardy. They just need to take 4, 5, 6 passes, try and just slow the game down.
A reminder that earlier in the Champions League it finished Borussia Dortmund 2, Monaco 3. That was the game that held over from last night because of the terrible events in Dortmund. And there's no score yet. Bayern Munich against Real Madrid. I wonder who the Atletico fans will be cheering on in that game. No love lost, I can tell you, between the two Madrid clubs. It's hit high by Schmeichel towards the right side, towards Mahrez, and there's trouble in the crowd here. I don't know, are they between Atletico fans?
Yes, 2 Atletico fans fighting.
Yeah,
I think there's somebody in the seat of somebody else.
It looks like it. There are no Leicester fans here, I can assure you. This is the main stand, high up in the main stand. The Leicester fans are all grouped in the upper tier, away to our left, behind the goal to our left. So this is an internal dispute. Thankfully, it's calming down now. Took our eyes off the game for the moment, but it's took away by Danny Simpson now to play on the far side of the field for a throw into Atletico Madrid. I think it's a case of someone with a ticket trying to claim his seat, and someone is already in there. I don't know where he's going to go now because the ground is full. How did he get in the first place? Words still being exchanged. Oh no, it's a handshake now. Play continues. Atletico Madrid on the attack, edge of the penalty, the Leicester penalty. Now it's hit away, but Leicester deep in defence at the moment. Every time they clear the ball, they clear it to a red and white striped shirt. Felipe Luis, infield to Koke. Keep half an eye on events going on just 8 or 10 rows in front of us. Felipe Luis again. Now there appears to be the odd laugh, thank heavens. Looked more like fists a couple of minutes ago. Atletico Madrid have had so much of the possession here. Leicester struggling to get to the ball. They've got it now. Ndidi's one of 3 Leicester players on yellow cards tonight. That's a poor attempted pass by him. And now it's with Antoine Griezmann shooting from 25 yards, just over the crossbar. I think Schmeichel had it covered.
Yeah, Schmeichel had it covered, but it's again Griezmann picking that ball up in that number 10 position. He's been brilliant in this opening 10 minutes. Antoine Griezmann.
The difficulty is with our commentary position that we're almost looking at the goal side on. So a shot anywhere in that area, you're not quite sure, whether it's in the corner or not. On that occasion, Schmeichel moved to his left and he certainly had it covered. 12 and a half minutes gone. You're listening to 5 Live. Atletico Madrid 0, Leicester City 0. Here's Simpson. Onto Mahrez on the far side of the field. Mahrez tries to spin away from his marker. Can't do so. He plays it back to Simpson. Simpson chips it forward. That was more hopeful than anything else. Headed away to safety easily by Atletico Madrid. Picked up by Griezmann. Griezmann in the central position. And now it's fed to the right to Torres. Right at the penalty. Torres slips. Looking to get the ball back off a defender. His shot was at goal. It went through the legs of Booth, but Schmeichel was covering it. Schmeichel catches.
Well, simple for Kasper Schmeichel there. It was actually, he recovered really well, Fernando Torres, because he slipped as he was one-on-one with Marco Brighton and Christian Fuchs. He got his shot off at the end, but I've seen enough in the first 13 minutes to suggest that Antoine Griezmann is a world-class player.
Without question. 23 goals in all competitions this season for Griezmann. 4 in the Champions League.
His movement in this first 13 minutes has been brilliant.
And because of his position, he's not an out-and-out striker. He's that much more difficult to pick up, Phil.
He is, and it's difficult for the midfield players because the centre-backs will be screaming at Drinkwater and Ndidi to pick him up. But he's taking those defenders into areas that making them feel really uncomfortable.
It's hit high over the halfway line by Atletico Madrid. Headed back by Fuchs, and now it's in the centre circle. A slip by the Leicester player. And Atletico had the ball once more. Carrasco bursting towards the penalty area. Plays it away to the far side. And the danger man, Griezmann, keeps it in play. Felipe Luis just behind him. He plays it deeper still to Koke. And now it's forward to Felipe Luis, a couple of yards outside the penalty area. Griezmann's not involved in that penalty area just yet. There's the cross coming in from Felipe Luis. It ran through the penalty area. Oh goodness, that was poor. All Brighton should have cleared it properly. It's not cleared. Juanfran into the penalty area. Crosses again. Headed high. Ball still in the danger area. Leicester need to clear this. It's finally cleared on the volley, left-footed towards Vardy. Vardy clutching his head. He wasn't hitting the head there. That was just a fair challenge on Jamie Vardy. Leicester is struggling.
Oh, they can't get out. Jamie Vardy there when I know it's a 50-50, but he's got a challenge for the ball. Try and win his team some grounding, because every time they clear a ball it's going straight back to a red and white shirt of Atletico Madrid.
I know a lot of strikers react like that, hold your head as if you've been fouled, but he wasn't. Here's Felipe Luis, the left full-back, halfway inside the Leicester half for Atletico Madrid. Moving infield to Griezmann. Griezmann flicks it on. And now Carrasco playing it back. Ball to Griezmann again. Griezmann's pass not so good this time, but the Leicester clearance gives it back to Atletico Madrid. They can't hold on to possession here, Leicester City. There's a shot from long range. Well, it just drifted over the crossbar. Schmeichel certainly had that one covered, but he's been under pressure for the whole of the opening 15 minutes, Kasper Schmeichel.
Well, that's the third shot from outside the box that Leicester have allowed. This time it was Saul. He's got a really good left foot. Saul Niguez. Shot from 30 yards, it just sailed over the crossbar, but Leicester have got to get out of that box quicker than what they're doing. Stop Atletico from having them long-range shots.
This is Atletico's 4th successive appearance in the quarter-finals of the Champions League. They are not mugs. We talk about Barcelona, we talk about Real Madrid, we think, is that all Spanish football's got to offer? No, it isn't. Sevilla and this side and other good sides further down La Liga.
Well, people underestimate Atletico Madrid because of the fact that they've seen them play.
Here's Drinkwater now. Drinkwater loses the ball very cheaply. And that's been the trouble for Leicester in the opening 16 minutes. They're not holding on to possession. When they do have it, they give the ball away far too often. Now here's a free kick to Atletico just ahead of the centre circle.
It was actually a good free kick to give away from Danny Drinkwater because it was Carrasco that was breaking through, but people underestimate Atletico Madrid. They think this team that just defend, play 4-4-2 counter-attack football, they've got better players than that suggests.
No wonder Simeone is a coach in demand. There are a lot of English clubs would love to have him. So the free kick is inside the centre circle for Atletico Madrid. And it's chipped to the edge of the penalty area. It was a good header on, but unfortunately for Atletico, it ran straight through to Schmeichel, and Schmeichel belts the ball too hurriedly upfield, well beyond Vardy, who's actually screaming at his captain and goalkeeper now. There was no way Vardy could get onto that.
No, he's just giving possession away there, Kasper Schmeichel. His team needed him to just take his time, put your foot on the ball, allow him to get out their own box, because at the moment they're getting suffocated by the Atletico Madrid team.
Savage plays the ball into the centre of the midfield for Atletico Madrid, but it's won back now by Ndidi. Now Okazaki flicks the ball to Drinkwater. Albrighton, who's spent most of his time defending like a wing back for Leicester in these opening 17 and a half minutes. Now he's inside the Atletico half, playing it back to Fuchs, to Drinkwater again. And this is better for Leicester. Just hold on to the ball. Strike some passes amongst yourselves. Benalouin, just short of the halfway line, into Ndidi. Ndidi, well, he played that pass forward. Now, maybe he knew or anticipated a run. It didn't work out, but they're actually lucky to get the ball back, Leicester. It's with Fuchs, the Austrian, left back, on to Albrighton. Albrighton looking for Vardy. Vardy's attempted return pass wasn't great, and Atletico had the ball again with Godin. Godin, centre of his own half. Forward to Koke, just short of the centre circle. Atletico Madrid 0, Leicester City 0. Wouldn't we take this scoreline back to the King Power Stadium with great relief? But there's a long way to go here in this glorious evening in the capital of Spain. Right, on the far side of the field. Atletico Madrid in possession. Griezmann involved. Back to Felipe Luis. Torres is prominent in the penalty area, the Leicester penalty area, waiting for the cross. It's not being played in yet. They're looking for 1-2s, and now it's with Griezmann. Griezmann left of the penalty area. Griezmann plays it on. No offside flag. I can't pull the ball back. The Atletico player, and Leicester survived that scare. Now they're going to concede a corner, are they? No. Just about held off. It's a throw in though to Atletico Madrid. Just outside the Leicester penalty area. The ball's won for Leicester, and it's cleared by Albrighton. Atletico pick it up again. Overwhelmingly, they dominated possession. Certainly about 70% so far in the game. Ball's in the central position with Griezmann. Griezmann tries to dance away from two challenges. Goes down, beaten the tackle. Opportunity for a counter-attack here. Mahrez is pulled back, and it's a Leicester free kick, and that was quite cynical by the Atletico player.
It was cynical from Sal. It was good from Mahrez, because sometimes if you can't keep possession of the ball, you need someone actually to take the ball for a run, and he's got that ability to take the ball from the edge of his own box up to the half of Atletico Madrid. Leicester just need to settle down. They know they're going to be under a lot of pressure. They just need to make sure that when they do get possession of the ball, try and play with a little bit more quality.
20 minutes gone, 0-0. Benalouin with a free kick for Leicester City, driven towards this near side, the Leicester left. Fuchs, back from Albrighton. Fuchs turns it onto his right foot, crosses into the penalty, header cleared by Atletico Madrid. Simpson on the far side, he whips in another corner. That was aimed at Vardy, and that was a brilliant defensive interception on the volley that just cut out any danger for Atletico Madrid.
It was Saul that dropped into the back four. It was a brilliant cross from Danny Simpson. Jamie Vardy was just coming in behind Saul there.
A bit better from Leicester over the last few minutes. Better that they're seeing more of the ball. Here's Albrighton running forward, and well, he went down and obviously persuaded the Swedish referee that it was a foul, and it's a free kick. 74% possession for Atletico Madrid. So I was almost right. It said 70. That's how difficult it's been for Leicester City in these opening 21 minutes. It's 0-0. That's the key, though. Here's Fuchs crossing from the left. Header up. They're still inside the penalty. Okazaki got a shove in the back there. That'll allow the goalkeeper Oblak to come out and catch the ball easily.
That was an easy catch for Oblak. Saul just blocked the run of Okazaki. He's a little bit better in the last 5 minutes from Leicester City. They're getting and playing more balls in the half of Atletico Madrid. Look, they're going to realise tonight that they probably won't have much possession of the ball. They've got to concentrate well and take that opportunity when it comes their way.
Is it a figment of my imagination, but is the noise just lessening a little bit inside the stadium?
The last 5 minutes has just dropped a little bit. I think that's because Leicester have had a little bit of possession and they've played more in the half of Atletico Madrid.
Earlier, Borussia Dortmund 2, Monaco 3. It's still Bayern Munich 0, Real Madrid 0 in tonight's other Champions League game. Schmeichel with a goal kick. Headed back by Atletico towards the halfway line, towards Fernando Torres, and his pressure on Benoit forces the defender to put the ball out of play for a throw into Atletico. I almost had 3 balls on the pitch there at once. That's Simeone saying give it to Atletico players, but not to Leicester players. Anyway, the throw goes back to Savage, and he finds the other central defender, Godin. Felipe Luis now on the far side of the field, still inside his half, back to Koke, taken up by Godin once more. Atletico Madrid, after that frantic opening, have slowed down a little bit. Now it's chipped forward. Torres was offside. It was well flagged by the assist on the near side of the field as Torres chested the ball back. Free kick to Leicester. Oh, terrible from Benoit. What's he doing just smashing it upfield? Got a blue shirt in sight. He just played it through to the other goalkeeper. You don't need to hurry that unless you've got the players in the positions.
It's the last thing they need. Craig Shakespeare on the touchline screaming at Benoit just to relax, settle down, quieten the crowd. The crowd had just quietened the last 2 or 3 minutes. Last thing you want is to take a quick free kick, rush it and give the ball back to your opposition.
Simpson with a throw in over the halfway line to Drinkwater. Back to Simpson. Drinkwater once more. He plays it to Robert Huth, and Huth turns it back to his goalkeeper and captain Kasper Schmeichel. Schmeichel all in black tonight apart from his white socks, and he plays it to the right side towards Mahrez. Mahrez heads it infield to Okazaki, back to Drinkwater, on towards Vardy. It's overhit that pass, but Vardy wasn't giving up on it. He chased after it, and then he fouled the defender, and it's a free kick to Atletico just to the left of the penalty area.
Yeah, it was a little bit sloppy from Jamie Vardy. He's got to be careful. He is on a yellow card. If he gets another one, he misses the return leg at the King Power. I just wonder whether you get to 25 minutes like we've got now. Craig Shakespeare actually will be probably pretty pleased that it's 0-0.
Very pleased.
His team have defended well up to now, and they've limited Atletico Madrid from shots from outside the area.
There's a shot that hit the post, beating Schmeichel, but other than that, they've been shots over the crossbar. Now here's Okazaki, inside right position. Good position for Leicester. Plays it in towards Ndidi, forcing Ndidi to retreat a little bit. On it goes though to Albrighton. Albrighton approaching the penalty. Crosses deep, looking for Okazaki. Header away by Atletico, and now it's one back. Mahrez, edge of the penalty. He shoots, hits a defender, rebounds. Leicester back in possession. Good spell for Leicester City this. On by Fuchs to the left side to Albrighton. Albrighton spins past the defender, crosses in low. Okazaki might have turned it in. Didn't. Maybe he saw it late. Couldn't get enough of his left foot in the ball to divert it goalwards, but Leicester still have possession. Simpson on the far side, the Leicester right. Back to Benoit. You hear the cheers coming up from the Atletico fans. They're not liking this little spell as much as they like the opening to the game. Drinkwater to Huth. Atletico taking a breather, and maybe they're being forced to take a breather. Now the pass from Mahrez, intended for Okazaki, was behind the Japanese player, and it's cleared by Atletico Madrid. Benoit heads it forward, and there's a challenge inside the Atletico half. What's going on here to the left?
Bayern Munich have scored against Real Madrid.
Bayern Munich have taken the lead against Real Madrid. I knew it was nothing that Atletico Madrid had done. Bayern lead 1-0. They're not going to hold that scoreline back from this stadium. Vidal with the goal for Bayern Munich. The other German side, less good fortune tonight. Borussia Dortmund lost 3-2 at home to Monaco, but heaven only knows the psychological pressure those Dortmund players are under.
Just imagine. Now it's pretty clever from the club to put that score on the scoreboard, because it's lifted the crowd again. They'd love to beat Real Madrid in a final, this lot.
Oh, well, they've lost to them twice in the final in the last 2 seasons. Once deep into extra time, the other time on penalties. Throw in to Leicester, deep inside the Atletico half. Fuchs takes it, launches it into the penalty. It was a good throw in, half cleared by Atletico Madrid. Now they can probably counter-attack on the far side of the field. It's Griezmann sprinting forward down the left side. No, he's almost into the penalty area. He's into the penalty. He gets his shot. Not a penalty kick, is it? He's given a penalty kick.
Oh,
my goodness.
just outside the box, surely.
Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But I'm telling you, we have no monitor. We're not in a good position to see whether that challenge was fair or not, and if it wasn't fair, whether it was inside the penalty area or not. But Griezmann's gone down, and the Swedish referee says penalty to Atletico Madrid.
Well, I don't think we need a monitor. That is outside the box. You saw it coming. He'd gone past Danny Simpson. Danny Drinkwater couldn't catch him either, Griezmann. It comes to the edge of the box on the left-hand side, and Marco Brighton just goes charging in. He's outside the box, and the Swedish referee has made an absolute clanger.
Griezmann's going to take the penalty kick for Atletico Madrid. They started brilliantly. Now, the last 5 or 10 minutes, Leicester have been easing the pressure, but they've got a penalty kick now to defend. Schmeichel saved in each of the games against Sevilla. Can he do it again here in the Vicente Calderon Stadium? Griezmann comes forward, left-footed, and sends it to the right of Schmeichel as he dives to the left, and it's Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester 0.
Well, it was a good penalty for him, Antoine Griezmann. The player that's looked most dangerous and most likely to score for his team. The Leicester players are speaking to the Swedish referee because they're not happy with that decision. And they've just got to hang in now there because Leicester probably in their best patch of the game.
What a blow to Leicester. 28 minutes gone. They're a goal down. You'd no doubt yourself that it was outside.
No doubt. I mean, it's on our side, it's our 18-yard box. We're in line with the 18-yard box, and Marco Brighton goes charging over to that left-hand side of the corner of the box. It was a clumsy challenge from Marco Brighton, but it was definitely outside the box, and the momentum takes Griezmann into the box, and that's why I think the referee has given a penalty.
Well, whatever we think about it, it led to a penalty, and it's a goal to Atletico Madrid. Griezmann's 5th in the Champions League this season. And just in a space of 60 seconds or less, the mood had transformed. The Atletico fans were subdued. Then they got the boost, knowing that Real Madrid had gone a goal down away to Bayern Munich, and now their team's taking the lead against the champions of England. Leicester need to keep it cool. They've got to throw in. Fuchs launches it into the penalty, and whose head did that glance off? It must have been an Atletico head because it's behind from the corner.
It wasn't. The goal actually came from a long throw from up that end of the pitch as well. It was Danny Drinkwater, and Danny Simpson went charging forward and left a big space in behind for Griezmann.
Corner on the far side to Leicester. Swung in left-footed, and that was better defended by Atletico Madrid. A firm header towards the centre circle. Hooked forward again. Headed away once more by Atletico Madrid. I mean, Griezmann's pace did take him into a challenging position, didn't it? You know, I thought he picks the ball up at the far touchline, and he just surged forward.
Oh, such speed, 40, 50 yards, and it was Simpson and Drinkwater that couldn't catch him, and eventually it was Brighton. He was just too quick for 3 Leicester players there. He's been the best player on the pitch by a mile so far.
And he scored. Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0 on 5 Live. I'm going to give you the phone number for the Football Social later because it's a different number, and you know, if it was me I'd be ringing the wrong number, so I'm making sure that as few listeners as possible ring the wrong number. The number to call later is 08 085 909 693. Atletico on the attack again. Ball played in towards Griezmann. He tried to flick the ball with the back heel of his right foot, didn't make proper contact, and Leicester cleared. Here's Vardy on the near side of the field. 2 defenders with him. Vardy squeezes between both of them. Squeezes between another 2 defenders. Great run by Vardy, but the referee decides he wasn't fouled, that he dived, so there's no free kick, and Atletico have the ball back.
I'm just seeing a replay. It was definitely outside the box from Mark Albrighton. As soon as he fouled him, Albrighton points to the referee that it was outside the box.
On the near side, Juan Fran plays it in to Gabi, the captain. And now on from Savic. Atletico Madrid 1 goal up, and there's no question they've been the better side. They have deserved to take the lead. It was just the manner it came in, and the fact that it followed a period not of Leicester dominance, but of Leicester sort of equaling what was going on the pitch.
It was a period where I thought Leicester were just beginning to settle down.
Torres, good header back to Griezmann. Griezmann flicks it towards the left side. Torres rushes forward. He's in a good position. Into the penalty area now. Is the ball heading his way? Ball played in low towards Griezmann. Belted behind by a defender for a corner.
Well, the dangerous down that left-hand side with Griezmann, Torres and Carrasco down that left-hand side, causing problems. Mahrez has got to come back and help Danny Simpson.
Darkness has descended now on Madrid, and the floodlights are brilliant, and the colour is brilliant. Most of it red and white, but also Leicester blue away to the left, and they're feeling blue at the moment. City, a goal down here in the Spanish capital. Atletico with a corner from the far side of the field, played deep, deliberately so, and it's kept in play on this near side of the field by Juan Fran hits it back into the centre circle. The pass appreciated, and now Felipe Luis leaves it for a colleague to take up, almost standing in the centre spot. Now Felipe Luis once more, the left back, but he'd been left back for that corner. Now it's with Savage and to Godin. They've got the back four in place again. Atletico Madrid on the right hand side. Saul is there, and it's played to Saul, and he checks the ball away from Fuchs easily. He's inside the penalty area, and then he almost runs into trouble trying to get the pass back to a colleague. It's still in Atletico's possession. Two challenges come in, both fair challenges. Okazaki then runs away, throws himself down. Not a free kick. I agree with the referee. Okazaki back on his feet. Atletico back in possession to the right of the Leicester penalty area, leading by a goal to nil. Juan Fran, the fullback, back to Koke, onto Juan Fran once more, level with the front edge of the Leicester penalty area. Not a great pass forward, not collected properly by Carrasco, cleared by Leicester upfield over the halfway line. I think it's gone out of play. Yes, it has. It's going to be a throw into Atletico Madrid. Dare not concede a second goal before half-time in this situation.
No, they've just got to dig in now, Leicester. Going back to the penalty decision, I don't want to harp on about it, but the referee was literally 5 yards away. Antoine Griezmann and Marc Albrighton, he had a perfect view. I just don't know how. It's criminal how he's given that penalty, because he was at least a yard outside the box.
Well, it's the fourth penalty that Leicester have conceded in the Champions League this season. That's more than any other side.
Well, they probably have to defend a lot in this Champions League campaign.
There's a pull on Huth's arm, but Huth is strong enough to evade it. It's chipped to the halfway line to Okazaki. Okazaki goes down again, but he wasn't fouled according to Jonas Eriksson, the referee from Sweden. Here's Griezmann, score of the penalty kick that the referee awarded. And now it's fed. Oh goodness, thank heavens that was cut out, or else Torres was through. Torres isn't through. Leicester run the ball clear, and then there is a foul on a Leicester player, and it's a relieving free kick.
Well, every time Mahrez gets the ball, there's at least 3 Atletico Madrid players around him. He obviously thinks, Diego Simeone, that Mahrez is a danger. But Jonas Eriksson is not giving any fouls to Leicester when the Leicester players are going down easy. We've seen Vardy, we've seen Okazaki already go down easy, and he's just waved play on.
Maybe it's unfair, but you do look at teams and you think, who's the outstanding player? And Mahrez is one of Leicester's outstanding players, and he hasn't shown tonight.
No, he hasn't
shown anything tonight.
Not at this moment in time. They need a little bit more from him. He needs feeding, he needs that ball at his feet.
From Schmeichel's free kick, Atletico back in possession again. Griezmann the scorer, plays it towards the left side towards Felipe Luis, who rushes over the halfway line, the fullback. Then he leaves it, and now Felipe Luis takes it up again. Torres is inside the Leicester penalty area. It's not going his way at the moment. Patient in the build-up, Atletico Madrid. Maybe not so now as they try to feed the ball through to Griezmann. That was intercepted by Ndidi. Ndidi though plays it back, and it's back through Simpson to Schmeichel, and Schmeichel just clears it over the halfway line. Okazaki heads it on, doesn't quite find Vardy. Mahrez collects that loose clearance from Atletico Madrid. Then he's hustled out of possession. Vardy tried to win it back. Vardy was hefty in that challenge. Oh, I'm glad he shook the hand of the player he challenged, because the referee must have been thinking about yellow card there for Jamie Vardy. He didn't. Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0. Bayern Munich 1, Real Madrid 0. 1 up, 1 down for the Madrid clubs. Now, Atletico on the attack again. And then the shot is driven in! Schmeichel was beaten, but thankfully the shot beat the far post as well.
Oh, it was cocky again, 25 yards out, and Schmeichel was beaten this time. He was scrambling to his left-hand post. It's another shot from outside the box that Ndidi and Danny Drinkwater, they've got to get out the box quicker. I know they've got a lot of defending to do, but one of these shots eventually will penetrate the Leicester goal.
Schmeichel with a goal kick. 8 minutes to go to half-time here on 5 Live. Atletico Madrid lead Leicester City 1-0. A penalty won, so to speak, by Griezmann and converted by Griezmann. Here's Simpson on the far side for Leicester, hooking it forward towards the penalty, towards Okazaki. Not particularly well defended by Atletico Madrid. And then surely there should have been a challenge there, by Albright, and there should have been a free kick for a handball by an Atletico player, but there wasn't. And now they're inside the Leicester half again. It's hit forward, Carrasco chases after it, Schmeichel advances quickly to get to the ball first. He throws it out to the near side, and Christian Fuchs, the left full back for Leicester City. So lazy pass forward, hit an Atletico player, Fuchs being forced to chase back, and that was a better clearance from the left back. This time he finds Drinkwater with Ndidi to his right, Albrighton to his left. It's played to Albright, back to Drinkwater once more. He's now inside the Madrid half. Ndidi, Mahrez has come into a central position and he hits it towards the left side. It's overhit by Mahrez. That's surely out of play. It is to throw into Atletico Madrid.
No, it's poor from Mahrez that, because he had time on the ball. He's going to take it out to that right hand side. Danny Simpson had made the overlap. Go and beat somebody 1v1. You've got Felipe Luis there. He's good going forward, but not as good defending.
Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0. They haven't conceded a goal, Atletico Madrid, in 8 knockout games here in this stadium. That's the task that's ahead of Leicester tonight. You always think, please, just one away goal. Just one. Lose the game if you must, but score away from home. Indeed it. Comes forward now, plays it to the left side towards Albright, back to Okazaki. Well, he flicked the ball past the defender, and then maybe he ran into the defender hoping for a free kick. He didn't get it. Jonas Eriksson was watching closely. He didn't think it was a foul.
Well, I thought that was a foul.
Well, you speak as a fullback, you'd know. Now here's Albrighton's shot from about 30 yards. That's a couple of yards wide. It's a goal kick to Atletico Madrid.
He's not giving any fouls for players that go down easy, and it's probably impressive that you see a lot of players now diving, looking to con the referee into giving fouls. I've seen Okazaki a couple of times now go down easily, and the referee's just not buying it.
Vardy tends to do that as well. We mustn't make this out to be a foreign influence in our game. Some English players are just as adept about going down when they don't need to, however good a player Jamie Vardy is. Felipe Luis, the left back for Atletico Madrid, hits it cross-field towards Griezmann. Griezmann jumps, but he was, I think, aware of the Leicester player in close proximity, jumped too early, the ball went over his head and it's out of play for a throw-in to Leicester, which is taken by Fuchs and flicked on by Albright. Okazaki chased after it, cleared by Savic, and then that's well-chested by Huth to Fuchs, and Fuchs lashes it upfield towards Vardy. Vardy brings it down. Savic had his number there. Vardy wins the ball back. Oh no, flags up for offside anyway. So it's a free kick to Atletico Madrid. We've got 5 minutes to go to half-time and 5 Live.
Well, I think what we've seen in this half already is that if Leicester do get the ball forward to Jamie Vardy into the spaces in and around Savic doesn't look like he's happy in and around Jamie Vardy. I think Leicester can cause problems. Just Atletico defence.
Service. Is it also because Okazaki, for the most part, has to be further away from Vardy than he'd like to be?
Well, he has to defend.
Busy defending.
He's too busy defending, and he cannot get close to Vardy once that ball goes forward.
I mean, Okazaki, he does so much running. You can see him being completely cream-crackered by 65 minutes. And then maybe the likes of Slimani would have to come on. Oh, that was kept in play dangerously on the far side of the field. Given away to Atletico Madrid. Ball with Griezmann, edge of the penalty. Griezmann looks for the return pass. Almost squeezed through to him. Cleared by Leicester again. That was of Leicester's own making, that mini crisis. Atletico Madrid have the ball once more. It's with Carrasco. Carrasco taps it back. And on by Gavi, the captain. Carrasco once more. 5 yards outside the penalty area. to Griezmann. Now it's played to the left side. Felipe Luis. Torres makes the run, hoping that he's got a colleague behind him because the cross was over him. But it's still bouncing around the edge of the Leicester penalty here. Get the ball clear, lads. Surely now. Fuchs hits it mightily over the halfway line. Vardy's there in his own. As always, he's being marked by two defenders there.
And it's always Savic that goes up with Jamie Vardy and Diego Godin. So much experience, just drops off 3 or 4 yards, clears up, heads it back to All Black.
3 minutes left in the first half here on 5 Live. Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0. Bayern Munich lead Real Madrid 1-0 in the other simultaneous quarter-final game being played. And earlier it finished Borussia Dortmund 2, Monaco 3. Played forward by Atletico Madrid. Straight to Fuchs. Fuchs finds Albright. Albright didn't control it. That foot was high though on Albright. Now that's a free kick. We're a long way off. Carrasco's challenge, certainly a foul challenge, but hasn't provoked a yellow card from the referee.
No,
they haven't got a yellow card in their team. Atletico.
And it's amazing really that the way they play, they're aggressive, they like to tackle, and they're also very disciplined in the way that they do tackle.
Fuchs is going to take the free kick. Half a dozen yards short of the halfway line. Towards this near side, that's the Leicester left in the time remaining in the first half, which ain't much. Fuchs continues to wait. Now he drives it towards Ndidi, edge of the penalty. Ndidi jumped but didn't make contact with the ball. One back by Mahrez on the far side. He finds Drinkwater. Drinkwater loose pass forward. And now they can counter-attack Atletico Madrid. It's with Griezmann. Griezmann feeds it towards Carrasco. Very important touch back by Leicester. It was by Fuchs. But Atletico pick up possession again, and Griezmann, who's clearly been the pivotal figure in this first half, not just because of his goal from the penalty spot, his overall play. Magnificent. Here's Savic. Did he get a push? He did. It's a free kick. I say he did. That's how the referee interpreted it.
Well, he went over easy, and he's not been given them in this game so far.
Just looking at the bench for Leicester to change things. You might be thinking of Gray.
Yeah, I was just looking at the bench there. Demarai Gray is someone that, like Riyad Mahrez, can carry the ball, can take people, and has got speed.
Well, Okazaki was sure that his challenge had been fair. He was rushing onto the counter-attack, and then, a couple of seconds later, the whistle blown. Free kick to Atletico Madrid.
I feel sorry for Okazaki because nothing has gone his way in terms of the decisions from the referee. He's been fouled a couple of times, he's not got the decision, then he makes a foul on Saul and he gets punished.
We're inside the final minute of regular time in the first half. Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0. I don't recall too many stoppages, but they usually add on even a minute for the hell of it. Nice Savic to Godin. And Godin still inside his own half, slow to move forward. Gavi, the captain's available. It goes to Gavi, waiting for the fourth official to come out. He should be there now, ready to hold up the board. No, the reason he's not holding up the board is because there is no additional time. Your thoughts, Phil Neville?
Well, I think Craig Shakespeare will actually be really happy going at half-time. I thought it was a controversial penalty to give away. I thought it was a poor decision, horrendous decision for the referee. The ball, the man was outside the box, Griezmann, when he was fouled by Mark Albrighton. There's obviously quality in this Atletico Madrid team. Griezmann, I think, has been outstanding, but Leicester have fought, defended and battled really well.
Tough 45 minutes ahead for Leicester. They trail at half-time. Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester 0. Leicester made a change during the interval. They brought on Andy King to replace Okazaki. What do you think the thinking is, Phil?
Well, the other thing I can think of is he wants to thicken up that midfield because of the positions that Antoine Griezmann were taking up in that first half, in behind Danny Drinkwater and Ndidi. Andy King will go in there. I think Ndidi will be the one that will be asked to pick up Griezmann, who caused so many problems in that first half.
Atletico unchanged after the half-time interval. They kick off for the second period, leading by a goal to 0. This is their team. The goalkeeper is all black. The defence is Juanfran, Savic, Godin and Felipe Luis. Then we got Carrasco, Gavi, Saul and Koki. And finally Griezmann, the goal scorer, and Torres. Leicester's change lineup. Schmeichel's in goal. The back four: Simpson, Benelouan, Huth and Fuchs. Then we've got Mahrez, Ndidi, Drinkwater, Albrighton and King, and finally Vardy. And here's Mahrez. Leicester fans will want to see more of him in the second half. Played quickly forward towards Vardy. Vardy jumped early, fell slightly awkwardly, but he's okay. And the ball is through to Oblak. I don't think Oblak has had a save to make.
No, he hasn't. There was a slight half chance for Okazaki in the first half that he didn't get anything on from across from the left-hand side, but apart from that, Leicester haven't really caused that many problems going forward.
Here's Juan Fran, the right full-back for Atletico Madrid. To Griezmann, back to Juan Fran. He's still inside his own half, and now it's with Savic. Savic being hustled by the imminent presence of Vardy. It's hit long by Atletico Madrid. Not the best of headed clearances by Hood, but Leicester win the ball back on the far side of the field. And then, the challenge was aggressive on Drinkwater, but Atletico Madrid have the ball again, just over the halfway line, right in the centre circle. Reminding you, it's Bayern Munich 1, Real Madrid 0. Bayern have also missed a penalty. Now they're on the attack. Atletico Madrid down the right-hand side. The attempted cross blocked by the defender, and it's behind for a corner.
He did well there, Mark Albrighton, staying with the run of Juan Fran down that right-hand side. It's much of the same from Leicester. Backs to the wall, defending deep. And you just got to stay in this game for as long as possible.
Well, they've got every Leicester player inside the Leicester penalty area defending this corner. Atletico Madrid a goal up after the first half. There the ball is played in well. That's a better header from Huth, heading it clear. The Leicester player was leaning on the Atletico player, and he got a free kick for that. Just a reminder that earlier it finished Borussia Dortmund 2, Monaco 3. From the free kick, Leicester have it on the far side of the field. And now it's played in to Drinkwater. And it's coming towards this near side, towards Danny Simpson, the right full-back. Simpson, yard or so short of the halfway line. Hits it long to Vardy. Vardy's so isolated up there. If Andy King has come on and his principal role is to look after Griezmann, well, when is Vardy going to see the ball?
Well, who's going to get up and support him? That's the question. It's up to Mahrez now and Mark Albrighton, the two wide players, to get a little bit closer to Jamie Vardy when the ball goes up. But they spent half the game chasing Felipe Luis and Juan Fran all the way back.
Leicester in their blue shirts, white shorts and white socks. Atletico Madrid, red and white striped shirts, blue shorts and blue socks. Leicester throwing on the far side of the field. Taken by Albrighton. Now it's played through the centre circle to Benelouan. He knocks it back to Huth. And it's a slower pace at the start of the second half. It was quite an electric start to the game, but not replicated here. Tannoy announcement that an English passport has been found in the ground.
It's not yours, Alan, is it?
No, it ain't mine. And that's a good ball by Torres towards Griezmann. He was fouled though. Benelouan has been booked. He isn't a Leicester player who were on a risk of being suspended for the second leg.
It was a counter-attack. It was a poor challenge from Benelouan, and the referee tried to play the advantage because the ball was being played through to Griezmann. Pulled it back when obviously Robert Huth intercepted the pass.
Gavi to take the free kick in a central position for Atletico Madrid. Just wafts it into the penalty area. Felipe Luis heads it towards the near post. Well defended that time by Benelouan. And Benelouan, by the way, not Ian. And decided to play for a throw-in on this near side of the field to Atletico Madrid. And the noise rises again. I mean, 1-0 the first leg, home game. That's certainly satisfactory for Atletico Madrid, but the second goal would make them feel a whole lot better. An away goal for Leicester would be brilliant. Mahrez loses the ball very easily. Felipe Luis dances between two Leicester players, then he loses the ball, and it's taken forward and knocked deep inside the Atletico half, well way beyond Jamie Vardy, through to the goalkeeper Oblak, heading for his 6th clean sheet in the Champions League this season. We're only at the quarter-final stage. Now it's back to Godin, and Godin dinks it to the halfway line, and Didi heads it down, but that's going straight out of play. way beyond Mahrez, and it's a throw into Atletico Madrid.
I think Diego Simeone will be happy at 1-0. He knows his team when he goes to the King Power will score goals through Griezmann. Torres, Gamero might come back in as well. It's the clean sheet that's more important to Diego Simeone than anything stopping Leicester getting that away goal.
Saul playing the ball towards the left side, and Carrasco, who's switched flanks at the start of this second half, dinks it on into the penalty area where Benlouan thought better of trying to clear the ball upfield, just knocks it behind for a corner. We think the King Power Stadium could be noisy on a Champions League night. So many of these Atletico fans standing up, ignoring the seats provided for them. 6 minutes gone in the second half. Corner to Atletico Madrid from their left, played right-footed towards the far post, and powerful header away by Simpson, I think it was, and then Simpson clears it further to safety by smashing out a play on the halfway line. Throw into Atletico Madrid, and it's thrown back to Savic. I saw my first view of the penalty incident courtesy of the engineer's phone at half-time. I thank him for that. It was never a penalty. It really wasn't a penalty.
It was a poor decision from the Swedish referee, and he was in such a good position as well, 3-4 yards away from it.
Carrasco, lovely touch to the left to Koke, onto Carrasco. Carrasco taking on the defender. Drinkwater got his body between the ball and the Atletico player, and allowed it to Shepherd behind for a goal kick.
I think Atletico Madrid are a team that don't create chance after chance after chance, but what they do, they keep testing you, they keep driving forward. They're so miserly at the back as well. Such a difficult team to play against.
I know what the thinking is, switching flanks for Carrasco, moving from right to left at the start of this second half. And Griezmann's still in a fairly central position, not alongside Torres, but behind Torres. Felipe Luis to take a throw in for Atletico, halfway inside his own half, and they're in no particular hurry. Atletico Madrid, they've got the lead. They're not under any pressure, and I think they're quite relaxed about this situation. They haven't given this score. Ronaldo has equalised for Real Madrid. It's Bayern 1, Real Madrid 1. So no scoreline for the Atletico fans to react to. Felipe Luis tries to cross from the left-hand side. Let's see how long it takes him to throw up that scoreline on the two scoreboards that we've got inside this Vicente Calderon Stadium. That would fit a dampener in proceedings, wouldn't it? So would a Leicester equaliser. But they've got to defend this corner first. 8.5 minutes gone in the second half. Played in right-footed. Schmeichel came, then he retreated. His defenders did enough to clear the danger out of the penalty area. One back by Atletico Madrid on the far side of the field. I'm sort of half glancing at the pitch now, half glancing at the scoreboard. We're counting.
They're not going to show that scoreline, Alan.
No, particularly not when Ronaldo scored. So, now, can Albrighton run forward now? Vardy is inside the D of the Atletico penalty area. They try to squeeze the pass further down that left touchline. They'll at least want to throw in. That's Leicester City. Going to be left to Fuchs to take, surely. Yes, he can get the distance from these throws, and his positioning is level with the edge of the Atletico penalty area. And Atletico, like Leicester on many occasions in the first half, have everybody back defending this throw-in. There it goes, launched in towards Huth, headed away. Shot played into the penalty. There's a chance for Huth. Swung his bit at the ball. Didn't make enough contact. It didn't elude the defender, and now it's hit behind for a goal kick.
What a chance for Robert Huth. It was a long throw from that left-hand side from Christian Fuchs, and when the ball came to Robert Huth, you think to yourself, goal, equaliser. It was Gabby that just threw himself in front of the ball.
You wanted that to fall to the likes of Vardy. Anyway, there you go. Should I hold up this piece of paper with the Bayern scoreline? Do you think they'll eject me from the ground? I'm not sure how many Atletico fans know that Ronaldo has equalised. And that's, of course, a precious away goal, even against a side as powerful as Bayern Munich. Free kick to Leicester City. It's a much quieter second half so far, Phil Neville.
Well, There's obviously been a drop in the intensity from Atletico Madrid. It just looks like they're happy with the 1-0 at this moment in time.
That free kick was rather wasted by Schmeichel. Atletico have it on the far side of the field, just short of the halfway line. A knock back and infield to the captain Gavi. Now taken up by Koki. Koki switches it to Savic, the Montenegrin central defender. Now it's the Uruguayan goalie. And on to Felipe Luis. And Felipe Luis hits that ball straight under the chest of Danny Simpson. Simpson controls it, finds Drinkwater, back to Simpson, into Ndidi, and that's better football. Mahrez for Leicester. Mahrez eludes that challenge, runs away towards the far side of the field, feeds it left to Albright. Now they wait in the penalty area. Vardy waits in the penalty area. It's going that way. Mahrez is there. Can he get past the defender? He can. He's inside the box. Then he meets one defender too many. Atletico take the ball off him, and now they counter-attack. But Leicester have got enough players back, surely, to cope with the 4 Atletico players running forward. Still got to be careful. It's Griezmann. Griezmann feeds it into the penalty, harmlessly enough, straight through to Schmeichel.
Now he was looking for the reverse pass there, Carrasco, as he's cut in from the left-hand side. Came into Koki, he tries to slip it back through the defence. There's good covering from Danny Simpson, who had to come in from this right-hand side. Took round on Benelouan.
Here's Fuchs playing the ball to Benelouan. That's the second time I've called him that. You get it in your head then. You probably haven't half a dozen times. Benelouan. Here he is again, chipping it towards Vardy. Vardy jumps with the defender. Godin wins the aerial battle. And it's with Atletico Madrid on the far side of the field, with Koke. Koke feeds it towards Griezmann. Don't let anyone pass you. Huth brings him down. That's going to be a yellow card, and Huth's going to be suspended for the second leg.
It was too quick for him. Antoine Griezmann. The ball came forward from Koke. He just nicked in front of Huth, and Huth had to take him out. It was a fantastic burst of speed from Griezmann.
Right. So even if Morgan's back, he's not going to be back alongside Huth at the King Power Stadium. So another minor blow to Leicester, the main blow being the scoreline. Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0. The free kick is inside right position. Griezmann's not going to shoot from here, is he? It's too far out. Surely not against the goalkeeper Schmeichel's class, but we'll see. He might be looking to play it in towards the surge of Atletico players towards the far post. The Frenchman waits. Referee's happy. Griezmann still to move forward. He's only about 3 steps from the ball. Here he goes finally. He chips it in. It wasn't the worst free kick, but it was well defended by Leicester. Griezmann again. Hits it towards the right side. Koke's after. Koke plays it back. Good football from Atletico. Koke again on the right side. Trying to tee up across from the right. Challenge comes in, and the ball's out of play for a throw into Atletico Madrid. How big a blow is that, losing Huth for the second leg?
Oh, it's a massive blow for them. They need Wes Morgan back fit now, and quickly.
Atletico on the attack again. The ball's just outside the Leicester penalty area. Indeed, he tries to head it further away from danger, but Atletico with lots of players forward lose it again. Indeed, plays it. That's a good challenge coming in from Atletico Madrid. And Mahrez runs forward. The ball breaks to Mahrez again towards the left side. There's plenty of space there for him. Edge of the penalty area. Checks into the box. Oh, he dives. I'm sorry, but that was an awful dive from Mahrez.
Oh, that was the worst dive you'll probably see all season from Mahrez. He was in such a good position as well. He's 1v1 in the box with Gavi, who's not the quickest on the turn. He's just got to go straight at him and try and take him on, rather than try and win the penalty for his team.
He should have been booked for that. That was appalling.
He should have been booked.
And the thing is, just referring back to the penalty that was given, Albrighton's challenge was outside the penalty area, but it was a foul challenge, at least. It was on Griezmann.
No, it was a foul, definitely. It was clumsy from Mark Albrighton. It was just the contention one was it was outside the box.
It was. But there Mahrez was running into a good position, and he decided, I'm going to chance it here. Here's Ndidi inside the centre circle, playing it towards Simpson on the near side of the field, headed away, and Mahrez was beaten easily by Carrasco. Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0. We've got half an hour of the game to go. It's 1-1 in Munich. Torres forward. Torres into the penalty. Is it 2-0? Oh no, it's not. It's not 2-0, but he slipped at the very last minute. And I think his left foot took his right foot away from the ball. And in the end, the shot, as you can call it a shot, went out for a throw-in.
Oh, he did everything right, Fernando Torres. He'd gone past Benalou, and then he went past Robert Huth. You think to yourself, just slot it into the bottom left-hand corner past Kasper Schmeichel, and his left foot just gave way on him.
Figures are behind. That Ronaldo goal against Bayern Munich, away in Munich, was his 96th in the Champions League. He's now scored 2 more than Messi. How many have you scored in the Champions League? Yeah, you have scored.
Once, Rangers away.
What about Brøndby?
Twice. Brøndby at home as well.
Oh, that's not bad for a fullback, eh? Well done, mate. Well
It's
done.
still not announced that Ronaldo scored the equaliser.
No. Why give credit to Real Madrid? This is the home of their hated rivals. Though you think, from outside Spain, the rivalry surely is Barcelona and Real Madrid. Anyway, Atletico Madrid can hope, and they'd like nothing better than to reach the final and play Real Madrid again in the final, and this, on the third occasion, beat them on the final. Now, there's a foul on, is that Torres running through? It was Torres. It's a free kick, not a yellow card. 17 minutes played in the second half here on 5 Live. Atletico Madrid lead Leicester City by 1-0. Don't forget the number to call, the new number to call for the Football Social, 080 85 909 693. I'll repeat that because it is a new number, 080 85 909 693. So here's this free kick, inside right channel for Atletico Madrid. 1, 2, 3. They've only 4 players attacking that penalty area. Less ambitious now than they were at the start of the game. The ball's played in very well though, and it was well defended by Leicester City. I think it's going to run out for a throw into Atletico Madrid. So it just shows they're being more conservative in this second half.
Definitely. It was at the last corner. Diego Simeone came out of his technical area and screamed at his defenders, make sure you keep 3 back against Jamie Vardy.
Vardy needs 3 defenders. Well, that's praise indeed. Felipe Luis with the throw in for Atletico Madrid. Finds Carrasco. Carrasco past 1 defender, fouled by the second defender, and it's a free kick. Not a yellow card, but a free kick to the left of the Leicester penalty area. And Griezmann can play this ball in well, if it is Griezmann. We're going to have a change for Atletico Madrid. Correa will be coming on. Interesting to see who's taking off. Griezmann's going to take this free kick. His spot kicks are excellent, faultless. So too are his free kicks outside the penalty area. So beware, Leicester. Don't go 2-0 down now. You've done well since half time. Griezmann waits. Left-footed again. There it goes. Swung back towards the penalty spot. Brave challenge by the Leicester defender. It was Ndidi. And now Leicester can counter-attack, but only Vardy is properly upfield. He's got 2 central defenders with him. Vardy tries to rush forward. It's a good pass, finding Jamie Vardy inside the penalty area. Forced wide now, and then that came back off the defender, but no. Wow. Both the goal line assistant and the assistant on the near side of the field immediately pointed for a goal kick. I think they're wrong.
I think they're both wrong. It was a corner. Jamie Vardy's not happy. He's having a set 2 with Felipe Luis there.
So who's coming off?
Carrasco, I think.
Carrasco. Correa on for Carrasco. Do you know, how many decisions do those goal line assistants have to take? Is it asking too much that if they've only got to take 1 decision, they get it right?
I think they're useless.
It's right in front of him.
I think they're useless. I've said it from day one. I think they're like statues there, stood behind the goal. Sometimes you think to yourself, is it a steward just shepherding the supporters?
You know, if they were to be in the front window of a business that sold refereeing outfits, okay. But other than being a tailor's dummy, no. There's nothing. Anyway, it's still only 1-0 to Atletico Madrid. I say only 1-0 because probably before kick-off Leicester would have taken this scoreline. But they played better in the second half. Just want one clear chance for Jamie Vardy. Just the one. Atletico in possession with their captain Gavi. And Gavi runs over the halfway line in the centre circle. Plays it to the left side to Koke. He's got Filipe Luis to his left. But he runs in to the centre of that Atletico midfield. And now even Vardy's back defending inside the Leicester half. And now as the ball's cleared by Leicester City, you see there's no player even to challenge for it inside Atletico territory. It's with Saul to Filipe Luis, moving in from the left touchline. He's running along the halfway line and he flicks the ball to the far side of the field. Juan Fran is there. 21 minutes played in the second half here in Madrid. It's chilling down a little bit from the glorious one of earlier, but it's still a lovely spring evening in the Spanish capital. Atletico lead 1-0 on the attack. Invites the first time cross towards the near post. Headed away by Leicester. Indeed he heads it down. That's going to be a corner.
There's a poor header from Ndidi. He needs to get height and distance. It's spun off his head out for a corner. Correa's come on and gone onto that right hand side. Koke's come out to the left hand side where he played in the first half.
Increase in the noise once more. A threat from a corner kick for Atletico Madrid, leading 1-0 here in the first leg. It's headed on toward the far post and headed away by Leicester, by Simpson. It needs to be properly cleared. It's headed up towards the halfway line, but again, everybody's been back defending the corner, so inevitably a clearance runs to the opposition and they can build once more.
I think it's a different problem for Atletico Madrid tonight, having all this possession. Normally the team that are defending deep, hitting other teams on the counter-attack.
It's hit long, looking for Torres. Good jump by Beneluan, who head the ball back to Schmeichel, who's at a quarter second half than first half. Throws out to Drinkwater. Now Ndidi putting the ball to Mahrez, putting him under a little bit of pressure, but he gets it back to Simpson. Simpson's pass forward wasn't great. And Atletico pick up possession once more. Ball's on the halfway line with the captain Gavi. And now quickly forward to the goal scorer of the penalty, Griezmann. Griezmann plays it to the right side. Oh, there's a challenge on the edge of the penalty area. The Atletico player went down cheaply. Juan Fran, no free kick, and it was certainly outside the penalty area, but it wouldn't stop this referee from giving him another penalty, as we saw in the first half. Here's Mahrez. Mahrez return pass, not great. I think the ball's going behind for a goal kick. It is a goal kick to Atletico Madrid. We've got 22 minutes left for play here, reminding you that earlier in the game held over from last night, it finished Borussia Dortmund 2, Monaco 3, and it's Bayern Munich 1, Real Madrid 1, but Martinez has just been sent off for Bayern Munich, having received his second yellow card on the night. So they're down to 10 men, and they'll not be announcing that in the scoreboard either. Funny how it could go from 1-0 to 2-1 for Real. Nobody in this part of Madrid will know of it. We'll see. I don't blame them really. It would only annoy the home fans, who are quite happy at the moment with their side leading 1-0. Here's Gooden, the Uruguayan, on to Filipe Luis, still inside the Atletico half, and feeding it back to Savic, the central defender. Savic onto the far side of the field. It's with Juan Fran. Infield again to Gavi. Very patient at the moment. Atletico just keeping possession even though they're still inside their own half. Now maybe a little burst of pace. It's running to Koke. Koke gets it back to his captain Gavi on the halfway line, left of the centre circle. Filipe Luis is down the left side. Attempted pass forward by Correa, intercepted by Leicester, and now it's played back by Andy King. And hit forward down the left flank. The chase by Albright. The defender gets there first, and Atletico controlled that counter-attack very well. And Leicester tempted to settle for 1-0.
Yeah, I think they take that now. I think both centre-backs for Leicester have been absolutely magnificent tonight.
The Huth has been booked and he'll miss the second leg because of suspension. Atletico have the ball inside the Leicester half, not being put under any great pressure to remove them of possession. Leicester seem happy for them to stroke the ball amongst themselves as long as they don't threaten the penalty area. Here's Koke. Koke now moving into a central position, changes his mind, turns the ball onto his right foot, still hasn't delivered a pass. And now it goes from Gavi to the right side, on from Juan Fran. That's good football now. Balls to the right of the Leicester penalty. No, it's inside that penalty. Challenge comes in. Is that at the expense of a corner? It is.
There's Ndidi again. He's got to stop giving needless corners away because it keeps putting pressure on that Leicester defence. So good at set pieces with Golding coming up, Savic coming up, Atletico Madrid.
That penalty area is a very long way away from our commentary position, given the height at which we're setting it up. It certainly looks like 150 yards. Corner for Atletico Madrid. Played in towards the near post. Goodness gracious, that was allowed to go a long way by Leicester. Then the referee must have seen a shove, and he's given a free kick to Leicester City.
Yeah, it was shoved by Diego Golding and Robert Huth. He attacks it so well, Golding. Huth, so good at defending as well from set pieces. I watched Leicester, and so did you two, Alan, on Sunday, and I saw the performance of Ben Alouan, and I thought, I really feared the worst tonight, but he's been superb next to Robert Huth.
Done really well. Do you think the Andy King substitution has worked, Phil?
Well, I think what it's done, it's made them better, more compact in midfield. We've not seen much of Antonio Griezmann. I think that's the reason he came on. But as an attacking threat, I think they've struggled in this second half.
Here's Drinkwater, feeding it to the right side. Simpson on. Mahrez is there, but Mahrez at first touch was weak. Gets the ball back and he loses possession again. And they've also conceded a free kick, Leicester City. Mahrez still hasn't done enough for me. Given his talent, I'm only criticising him because I respect him so much as a player.
Well, I think what Leicester are crying out for is when he gets the ball, he's going to produce that moment of magic on the big stage. That's what he wants. He wanted to play in the big stage, but it doesn't come much bigger than this, and he's not produced any little bits of quality at all. He had a chance in the area where he dived, but apart from that, nothing.
Saul plays it to Correa down the left side. He's the man who replaced Carrasco. And now it's run forward by Koke again. Koke almost squeezed the pass through to Torres. Just took a vital touch away by Danny Simpson. Indeed, he clears it. That's better football from Leicester in defence. Now Mahrez up to the halfway line, and he feeds it down the right touchline. It's kept in play by Drinkwater, but he was looking for support, and Mahrez wasn't in the proper position to give him it. And in the end, Drinkwater lost the ball. Gobi, the captain of Atletico Madrid, to Juan Fran on the far side of the field. Juan Fran plays it back to Gobi. We've got a little less than 18 minutes to go. Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0. A penalty by Griezmann. Now here's Torres. Torres moving away from Huth. Torres feeds it onto the right side. Griezmann plays it low into the 6-yard box. That could have been tucked away by Correa. Correa didn't get there quickly enough, and Leicester are happy the ball goes out of play for a throw-in.
Well, it was Torres cutting in from the left-hand side, playing out wide to Griezmann, who fires it across the box, and Correa just didn't quite anticipate it enough.
Change. As I lose half of my pen, won't worry. Thomas is there. Another change for Simeone to make. And who's he coming on for? We'll see. It's fed back into the Atletico Madrid half. Now it's with Golding down the left side, a few yards short of the halfway line. Onto the left back, Felipe Luis. Good pass played by him to Koke. Koke with room to move forward. Not a great touch by Correa though. Leicester take the ball away over the halfway line with Mahrez. Mahrez is being watched closely, to be fair to him. Usually 2 or 3 defenders in his vicinity. And now again it was a sort of lazy wafted touch in the ball. That allowed Felipe Luis to get in, make a challenge and put it out for a throw-in. It's Torres who's coming on. Thomas coming on.
No real surprise there. Fernando Torres worked really hard up front, had that chance when his left foot just give away and he slipped.
16 minutes to go. And we're going to have a change. I think Slimani's coming on for Leicester. Will that be for Vardy? And Vardy has been toiled on his own.
He has.
We know what his work rate is, but do you dare take off Vardy when he's clearly your best finisher?
Well, I just wonder whether he'll go with 2 up front, maybe he'll sacrifice one of the midfield players, maybe Albrighton. I'd be very surprised though if he changed the makeup of the midfield. It might just be Jamie Vardy that's sacrificed.
We'll see very shortly. Slimani's ready to come on. 1-0, Atletico Madrid lead. It's 1-1 in Munich between Bayern and Real Madrid. Bayern Munich down to 10 men. Martinez sent off for 2 yellow cards. Savic plays the ball into the captain, Gobi. And it's taken up by Griezmann. Griezmann certainly has been quieter in the second half. King has always been close by. Now Thomas leaving it, and it's fed quickly forward. A 1-2 attempted by Atletico Madrid, almost came off. Ball beaten away by Leicester City temporarily. Atletico have it back with their captain Gavi once more, playing it towards the left side, towards the fullback Felipe Luis, and then that's loose from Atletico Madrid, and looser still from Leicester City. Drinkwater should never allow that ball to elude his right foot. Now Gavi looking towards the right side, feeding it in the direction of Juan Fran, intercepted by Leicester and cleared to the halfway line. Again, Vardy's on his own up there. Maybe he is tired now. I'm not saying he gave up on that pass, but he looked exhausted running after it.
He's had to chase a lot of lost causes up there.
And they haven't given him a chance. There's not been one chance for Jamie Vardy tonight. 14 minutes to go. Slimani waits to come on. Felipe Luis in an attacking position for Atletico Madrid. The ball's inside the penalty area. Good work again by Benalouane. Benalouane clears the ball away from danger, and here's the change, and it is Vardy coming off.
Well, he sacrificed his top goal scorer there, Craig Shakespeare. He's obviously run a million miles tonight, Jamie Vardy. It's another pair of fresh legs, Slimani.
Well, Craig Shakespeare congratulates the right hand of Jamie Vardy. Still rather have him on the pitch, but he's not there anymore. And 13 minutes for Leicester to hold on, or maybe get an away goal. There's a shot that's well wide, and that's hopelessly behind for a goal kick to Leicester City.
Well, I can't imagine, or I can't think of one real clear-cut opportunity. It was a cross from the right-hand side from Griezmann, but Leicester have defended absolutely magnificently so far in this game, but there's still a long way to go, and they're still going to keep defending with that kind of concentration.
Well, a couple of talking points already for the Football Social. As it stands, Leicester fans, do you think that City can beat Atletico at the King Power and go through? Who replaces who for the second leg? Presumably that depends on Morgan's fitness. Morgan would have to come in if he's fit. And was it a mistake taking Jamie Vardy off? I suppose that can only be decided in the remaining minutes. Maybe Slimani will turn out to be the hero. We'll see. He's doing what Vardy has been doing the whole game. He's been hustling the central defenders, hoping to create a mistake, but the ball goes forward. Griezmann then tried to play the ball through the legs of a Leicester player. Didn't come off. Leicester have possession back. They had the ball on the far side of the field, Leicester, then they lost it, and now Atletico counter-attack again. The assistant is flagged. It's for a foul by the Atletico player, and it's a free kick to Leicester City.
That was Marco Brighton that initially gave the ball away and then sprinted back and won the foul for his team. I'd just be interested in the social after the game was whether Leicester fans want Craig Shakespeare as their next manager next season.
The number to call is a different one from usual. This is the new number. It's 080 85 909 693. I'll repeat that. 080 85 909 693. Simpson flicks it forward. Slimani almost brought it under control just outside the penalty, but the defender Golden managed to smash the ball clear deep into the Leicester half, where it's taken up by Huth. Huth direction towards Slimani in the air. I'm not sure he actually touched the ball in the air, but he put off the defender. And Leicester pick it up. Here's Andy King. King with a good run forward right at the penalty area. Crosses far too deep though, towards the far side. Albrighton will keep it in play. Albrighton forced to retreat for the moment. Oh, and he loses the ball to Thomas. There was no foul. Thomas over the halfway line. Dangerous counter-attack in progress now for Atletico Madrid. And then a foul challenge comes in, and it's an Atletico free kick, which is taken quickly. And that was another foul by a Leicester player, but the referee gave the advantage. Atletico had possession. It's with Griezmann on the near side of the field. Griezmann plays it in field. 10 minutes to go. Atletico Madrid lead 1-0. Here's the captain, Gavi. Gavi feeding it towards the right side. It's fed on towards Juan Fran crosses the ball into the penalty. Out comes Schmeichel. Huthen made the call, and it was easily caught there by Schmeichel.
I think the Atletico Madrid bench are going absolutely crazy because there's a Leicester City staff member gone over to that far side, I think to give Marco Brighton some kind of energy bar or energy substance, just to give him a boost towards the end of the game. They're saying it's illegal.
Ball's in the centre circle with Ndidi for Leicester City, trailing 1-0, but they take 1-0. They're now having to show a different scoreline that has not been well welcomed inside this stadium. It's Bayern Munich 1, Real Madrid 2. No indication as who's got the second goal for Real Madrid, or the fact that they're now playing 10 men. Both Madrid teams leading in the first leg of the quarter-finals of the Champions League. Here, it's Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0. There was no ecstasy reading that scoreline. It didn't stay up for very long. Real Madrid 2-up, and it's Ronaldo again.
Who else? The main man.
So what's going on down here?
Well, it's this Leicester staff member that sprinted round to the side to give a drink. He's just been sent off, actually. It's probably the masseur or the physiotherapist.
Aye. Well, he's been told he has to leave the dugout. So that wasn't properly played out by Leicester City at all.
He was throwing on a drink. I don't know what the big fuss was from the Atletico Madrid bench. That's what they like to influence the referees. The horrible, the nasty.
8 minutes left for play. Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0. Throw in to Atletico, deep inside Leicester's half. From the throw-in, Thomas plays it wide, and now it's back in the halfway line with Savage. Savage to Godin. Godin left in the centre circle, and now Griezmann slipped as he played the ball back, kept possession with Atletico Madrid. Godin now runs into a few yards of territory, flicks the ball to the left side to Koke. Koke's pass forward. Head of Leicester for as much as anything else, and Leicester have it back with Simpson toward Slimani. Leicester pick it up over the halfway line. Maris has worked well towards Slimani. The challenge looked heavy by Gavi, but no free kick awarded by the Swedish official. Still the side separated by the dubiously awarded penalty. It was a foul tackle on Griezmann by Albrighton, but it was outside the penalty area. It should not have been a penalty kick. On the far side, Atletico on the attack. Only Slimani's been left upfield. Thomas, the latest substitute for Atletico Madrid, and now it's played into the penalty. This is an important interception. It's not made correctly, and there was Benelouan in the end to knock the ball behind for a corner.
It was Christian Fuchs who couldn't quite clear the ball, and the ball fell to Juan Fran, who's made that overlap time and time again in this half. Good clearance from Benelouan again.
Another corner. Crescendo of noise from the Atletico fans. The team lead 1-0. A second goal now would be a terrible blow for Leicester. That corner defended well. Cross into the penalty area again. Thomas jumps. Thomas falls over. No foul, thank heavens. And it's cleared by Leicester, out of play on the far side for a throw-in.
Good defending there again from Leicester. They're going to have to dig in now.
Here's Juan Fran. Gavi to the right side. Lots of Atletico players in attacking position. Good glancing header away by Benelouan. Out of play, it goes to the near side, and a throw into Atletico Madrid. Leicester fans have had nothing really to cheer about, though they'll be happy with the scoreline. It's back with Koke. And now the captain, Gavi. Gavi back to the halfway line. Filipe Luis. All the action is inside the Leicester half. We expected it to be this way with 6 minutes to go. Godin plays the ball through the centre circle. The captain Gavi takes it up on the far side of the field. Knocks it back to Savage. Not much for Savage and Godin to do. Even Slimani has retreated inside the City half. Now it's with Filipe Luis, the left fullback. He rushes forward. Now he meets a blue shirt. Mari's challenge wasn't much of a challenge, but it induced a fall by the fullback, and it's a free kick.
It did, and it's another opportunity for Koke just to whip that ball in. Golding's going forward, Savic too.
Not a Griezmann free kick on this occasion. Koke's going to take the free kick. It's from the left side. He's going to play it in right-footed. And every Leicester player, bar one, are lined up on the edge of the penalty area. Schmeichel crouches, waiting. Here's the delivery. Oh, God, it's an awful delivery. It hit Mahrez, and then in an attempt to win the ball back, Koke fouled Mahrez, and it's a free kick to Leicester.
Well, he's angry. He thought Mahrez was closer than the 10 yards permitted distance away from taking the free kick.
A reminder of the other score lines. In the early kick-off in the Champions League quarterfinals, it finished Borussia Dortmund 2, Monaco 3, and in the one that kicked off at the same time as this, it's Bayern Munich 1, Real Madrid 2. Both real goals scored by Cristiano Ronaldo. Ball is with Oble, who may as well have had a deck chair out. He's had nothing to do.
He hasn't had a save to save. I just wonder whether has there been a shot on goal from Leicester in this whole game so far, but they've defended absolutely magnificently, so impressive. And at the end of the game, Craig Shakespeare will be saying they've been done by a penalty that shouldn't have been given.
By the way, here's another stat for you. That second Ronaldo goal against Bayern Munich is his 97th in the Champions League, and he's now scored 100 European goals. He's the first player to do that. So, for the Football Social, is he the best of all time? Your calls on that. 080-85-909-693. 3 minutes to go before added time here in the Vicente Calderon Stadium. Atletico Madrid 1, Leicester City 0. The ball is with Juan Fran on the far side of the field. Into Thomas. Thomas, still 10 yards outside the penalty area. Plays it in low, makes sure he finds a colleague. They're finding colleagues with their passing, Atletico Madrid. But it's the final pass into the penalty area. That's the danger for Leicester City whenever it comes, as it will come eventually. The ball's now inside the box, well defended. And it's cleared up towards the halfway line, towards Slimani. Again, as with Vardy, there are always two defenders with that most forward player for Leicester City. And as has been the case with Vardy all night, before he was taken off, the Atletico defenders won the ball. They've got it now inside the centre circle. Here's Thomas. Thomas being hustled by Ndidi. Thomas held him off. Plays it to the left side to Felipe Luis. Back it goes into the penalty area. Into the penalty area. Atletico Madrid goal. Goodness gracious. That ball played through the 6-yard box once again. But there wasn't an Atletico player close enough to make best use of it, to tap it into the goal, and it's cleared by Leicester.
They just don't commit enough men forward in Atletico Madrid. They're always conservative. Brilliant skill from Correa on this left-hand side. Dances past Danny Simpson, and there was nobody in the box to finish it off.
90 seconds of regular time remaining. Then you've had all the substitutions. There will be added time. There wasn't any in the first half. But I think Leicester may have to face 3 minutes here. Ball's inside the Leicester penalty area again. Knocked back. Griezmann with a shot. Blocked by the defender. Cleared by Huth on the far side of the field. Challenge comes in, and it's not a corner, it's only a throw-in.
It's Ben on the one again. Shot from Koke.
Back heel. Low cross into the Leicester penalty area again. Clear to the volley by Huth. Higher towards the crowd on the far side.
When you look at Atletico Madrid, Leicester have got everybody back in their own box, and Atletico Madrid have still got 4 players back defending.
We're in the 90th minute, and the fourth official will soon tell us how much time is being added on. Atletico immediately on the attack. They've been relentless over the last 15-20 minutes in terms of their attacking play, but they still haven't added to their 1-goal lead. This would be a terrible time for Leicester to concede a second goal. Just have to hang in there. They lost a second goal in Sevilla, but then they were helped out, of course, by the Jamie Vardy away goal. That turned the tide. That made it retrievable in the second leg at the King Power Stadium. It'll be difficult enough against Atletico Madrid, trailing 1-0. Atletico, keep probing, keep passing. Finally, is there going to be a pass into the penalty that will properly threaten Schmeichel's goal? Not yet, there isn't. Ball's gone down the left side. Felipe Luis. We're into added time. We're not sure how much. Just 2 minutes. That's delightful news for Leicester City. I thought it was bound to be more than that. Ball fed to the left side. Griezmann, the only goal scorer tonight from that penalty kick that should never have been awarded. The challenge on him, however far the challenge, was outside the penalty area. Now that's a bad ball, played back by Atletico, back to the halfway line. So that's wasted quite a few seconds. Only 90 seconds of added time remaining here on 5 Live. That number, 08085 909 693. Here's Thomas. Tackled by 2 Leicester players, and it's smashed over the halfway line. Actually, if Mahrez had just thought about it and played the simpler ball to Slimani, the counter-attack was on.
Well, they've shattered these Leicester players now. They've worked so hard, they've not seen much of the ball.
Good ball to Felipe Luis, the left full-back for Atletico. Back to Koke, right-footed. Oh, that's overhit, and that's behind for a goal kick. Atletico are looking tired too.
Yeah, Diego Simeone just signalled to Diego Godin, game over, shut up shop, don't make sure that you give any chances now.
Yeah, it'd be catastrophe for Atletico Madrid were they to concede a away goal in this situation. They dominated the whole game. There was just that period of maybe 5 or 10 minutes before the penalty kick when Leicester were more or less even. But they just had to defend so much. Now, Simpson runs forward, immediately runs into a defender, has lost the ball, but thankfully for Leicester, it's just outside the Atletico penalty area, and I count 20 seconds of added time remaining.
Both teams want the whistle now. It's been a really good game. Atletico have been so impressive, but Leicester have been absolutely magnificent defending.
Well, Oblak, by the time he took in taking that goal kick, clearly mirrored the thoughts of his coach. Don't give anything away, and there is the final whistle, and I think we can put that down as a really excellent result for Leicester City.
Well, it's an outstanding result. I think they took that before the game. Craig Shakespeare just walking to shake the hand of Diego Simeone, who's just walked down the tunnel and not even seen Craig Shakespeare. But his team have defended really well. They fought like tigers. They defended every space. They blocked the spaces to Antoine Griezmann, and they've limited Atletico Madrid to very few chances from outside the box, and it was a horrendous penalty decision that actually has cost them the game.
When you think about last season, particularly the early stages of last season, you had to be slightly on the lunatic side to think Leicester would win the Premier League title. The start of this season, I thought, Champions League, not a chance. And now they're one really good performance away from the semi-final.
Well, I've been preparing for this game all week, and I keep saying to myself, Leicester can't do it. But you know what? I think people in Leicester, the supporters around Madrid today that I've been speaking to, they believe that the fairy tale is up and running. And after this result, it still is.
They won't have Pook, he'll be suspended, but Morgan might be back. Final score here in Madrid, Atletico 1, Leicester 0.